What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka New York Prepper, and in this video I want to share another overlooked prep, and this is overlooked prep number 36. And what you're looking at here is just a basic spade shovel, but what you'll notice about this shovel is it's actually very small. I haven't measured it, but I'm guessing it's around 2 feet long, so it's a mini shovel. You could see compared to my hand. It's basically the size of my hand, the shovel blade. And I love these mini shovels. I think there's so many things that you could use these for in a SHTF situation. But some of the things that immediately come to mind is that, I talk a lot about nuclear war and World War III. And I've mentioned that sandbags are a very good way to protect yourself from radiation in the event of a nuclear attack, and sandbags can block a lot of radiation. And so, you have to have a way to fill up those sandbags, okay? You need some kind of a shovel to fill up those sandbags. So if there's a war, a world war or a nuclear war, having a mini shovel like this in your vehicle and also in your house can be very handy, okay? Because you could use it to fill up sandbags for your improvised nuclear fallout shelter. And also if you need sandbags for ballistic protection, and what that basically means is if you need them to stop bullets, you also are going to need a shovel to fill those sandbags up. So I think a shovel is absolutely essential for the prepper, and having multiple shovels on hand, because shovels can break. Most homeowners only have 1 or 2 shovels. And if we're talking about a long-term grid down situation, a shovel is going to get worn out pretty quickly. And this little shovel here, I got it for $10 at Lowe's. Okay, I think this is a Craftsman, made in the USA. I always try to buy stuff that's made in the USA. But this little mini shovel is, in my opinion, really good for the prepper. Again, because you can use it to fill up sandbags for the purposes of an improvised hasty nuclear fallout shelter, but also if you need to fill up sandbags for ballistic protection. For example, we only have to look back to last year, the Minneapolis riots. If you lived in Minneapolis at that time, you could have been subjected to stray bullets. And, sandbags are a great way to stop bullets. And I've actually done penetration tests on sandbags with my 300 Win Mag, and with my 300 Win Mag with full power, solid penetrating loads, I was not able to penetrate through one sandbag. Okay, so sandbags will stop 90% of the rounds out there, with the exception of some super powerful magnums and 50 calibers. But sandbags are a great way to protect your family and yourself after SHTF from stray bullets and also fallout. And you need a way to fill those sandbags up, and having these little shovels on hand, you could have, let's say, a few of these shovels. They're only $10. You could have 5 or 10 of them, and you could give one to each person in your family or in your group, and you could fill up sandbags really quickly, and you can build a hasty fallout shelter or hasty fortifications with sandbags. If, let's say, you have a family of 4 or a family of 5 and everybody's got a shovel, everybody's filling sandbags, you can get that fallout shelter and those hasty fortifications built pretty quickly, okay? Another thing too, and I like to keep one of these in my car, and the reason why is, number one, here in the Northeast, The winters can be pretty severe, and I'm always thinking about what happens if my car breaks down and I'm miles away from my house or any kind of civilization, because I live in the country, and there's many areas where I live where there's no cell signal, and you could be, several miles away from any kind of help, so I always think about survival in the wintertime, and having one of these shovels in your vehicle. If you break down in the wintertime and you're in the middle of a blizzard, you could use this shovel to either dig yourself out and dig your car out if, let's say, your tires get buried. You can also use it to build a snow shelter, okay? And it's going to be much easier to build a snow shelter even with a little shovel like this. It's much easier to build a shelter out of snow with a small shovel like this than it is to have to do it by hand, okay? So if you have to build an emergency snow shelter on the side of the road, or you could even use this shovel if it's a worst case scenario and there's a nuclear situation. You can dig yourself a little trench with this shovel as well. You can dig a small trench or even a foxhole if you had to, and even just a small trench can protect you from a blast wave and from some radiation. So you can also use this for digging foxholes and trenches. So there's so many uses for a shovel. And another thing too is, if you're bugging out, again, not just during rule of law, but if you're bugging out and you have a bug out vehicle and you're trying to get to your bug out location, or you're escaping the city or something like that, having a shovel in your vehicle is important, because what happens if, again, let's say you're bugging out and it's in the wintertime and you get stuck on the side of the road. You're going to have to build a snow shelter, or you may have to dig your car out, or you may have to clear some snow out of the way to make yourself a camp for the night. You can use the shovel to bury your feces so you don't attract any people that may be tracking you, and any kind of animals. So there's so many things you can do with a shovel, but the initial things to me that really are important with shovels is you need them if you're going to make fortifications with sandbags, and improvised fallout shelters with sandbags, and also in the wintertime for making snow shelters and digging your car out, for burying your trash and your waste. I mean, shovels have so many different uses. I could spend an hour talking about it, but I highly recommend these small shovels. They're very lightweight. You could even strap this to the side of your backpack or underneath your backpack. You could easily strap this to a pack. This shovel here is very lightweight, but it's very sturdy. I don't even know if this weighs more than a pound, okay? So, there's so many different uses. These mini shovels, I absolutely love them. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope this helped you out. Have a great Independence Day tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.